Physical and the chemical properties of the alkene. See here the physical properties. The first three members of the carbon that contain the alkene three members carbon is gaseous form. Then the next 14 numbers are liquid. Then after that higher ones are the solid. Usually ethenes are colorless gas with faint sweet smell. Okay, so all alkenes are usually that all other alkenes are colorless and the odorless, insoluble in water, but fairly soluble in the non-polar solvent like benzene, petroleum ether, that is petroleum ether, some organic solvent. Usually they show the regular increasing boiling point with increasing size, that is every CH2 group added increasing the boiling point by 20 to 30 Kelvin. So like alkane straight chain alkenes have higher boiling point than the isomeric branched chain compound. Next is the chemical properties. The chemical properties, see usually that the source of loosely held, the alkenes are a rich source of loosely held their pi electrons. So due to the which shows addition reaction in which the electrophile add on the carbon-carbon double bond to the formation of the addition product. See here some reagents also added the free radical mechanism. There are cases when under special conditions alkenes also undergoes a free radical substitution reaction. Then oxidation and ozonolysis reaction are also quite prominent in alkene. So here we are going to discuss the addition of halogens. Already we know that the addition of dihydrogen already we seen. Now the addition of halogen. The halogens like bromine or chlorine that is add up to the alkene form vicinal halide, that is vicinal dihalide. So this is also weak halide. The iodine, usually look at this, the iodine does not show reaction under the normal condition because the reddish orange color of the bromine bromine water, that is the bromine solution in the carbon tetrachloride, is discharged when the bromine is added to an unsaturation site. So this reaction is used as the test for the unsaturation also. So the addition of halogens to alkene is an example of the electrophilic addition reaction involving the cyclic halonium ion formation that you are going to studies in the higher level. See, look at this reaction. Alkene react with bromine in the presence of carbon tetrachloride. They form vicinal halide, that is the vicinal bromide. Then react with higher number, that is carbon propene react with the chlorine to form like this, that is 1 comma 2 dichloropropane. This is 1 comma 2 dibromo ethane. Then addition of halogens. So the addition of halogens is a very important one. So the addition of halogens, already there is, you know that hydrogen halides, that is HCl, HBr, HI are added up to alkenes to form the alkyl halide. So the order of reactivity of hydrogen halide is hydrogen iodide is greater than the hydrogen bromide is greater than hydrogen chloride. So the like addition of the halogens to alkenes, the addition of hydrogen halide is also an example of the electrophilic addition reaction. See, look at this. This is the addition reactions of hydrogen bromide to the symmetrical alkene. So this is the symmetrical alkene reaction. Symmetrical alkenes mean the both sides have the same number of the carbon atom. You can say, look at here. Suppose if you separate like this, mean in this side CH3CH, similarly in this side CH3. So this is in this side CH2 is one side and another side is CH2. So this is called the symmetrical alkenes. When symmetrical alkenes react with the hydrogen bromide to give the corresponding alkyl halide. So the here what happens means that is alkene converts to the corresponding alkyl halide. So here the addition reaction of HBr to the symmetrical alkenes are placed. That is the place the electrophilic reaction mechanism. So it undergoes an electrophilic reaction mechanism to give like this. Then the unsymmetric, suppose if you use the unsymmetrical alkane. The unsymmetrical alkanes, look at here. Here, suppose if you take the double bond side, what happened? The double bond side is in this side one group, in this side is another group. But here, the groups are same. So these groups are different. So that they are unsymmetrical alkane. The unsymmetrical alkane, when the hydrogen bromide add to propane, that is the you will get the two products. One is that is 2 bromo propane. Another one product is 1 bromo propane. See, the mainly this rule is called Markovnikov addition rule. Markovnikov rule. See, the rule is state that the negative part of the addendum gets attached to the carbon atom which possesses the lesser number of the hydrogen atom. That is the according to this rule, the product one. This is the product, first product. 2 bromo propane is expected. In actual practice, this is the principal product of the reaction. So the generalization of the but in the look at this, the generalization of the Markovnikov rule can be better understood in terms of the mechanism of the reaction. Now we will see the mechanism of the Markovnikov addition reaction. See, look at the mechanism of that reaction. Hydrogen bromide provides an electrophile. So the H plus which attacks the double bonds to form the carbocations like this. So this is the primary carbocation forms and the secondary carbocation is formed. Here the primary carbocation is less stable, the secondary carbocation is more stable. So that the secondary carbocation is more stable than the primary carbocation. So therefore the former predominates because of the formed at the faster rate. Okay, so that is why secondary carbocation is more stable. Then the carbocation, look at this, the carbocation attacked by the bromine, that is bromide ion, to form the products like this. See, the carbocation is stabilized by the bromide ion, so the bromine is formed. So this is the 2 bromo propane. It will be the major product. So this will be the major product. Okay. Then the anti-Markovnikov addition or the peroxide effect or Horish effect. Anti-Markovnikov addition. Anti-Markovnikov addition reaction. Here, when the presence of peroxide, the addition of hydrogen bromide to the unsymmetrical alkanes like propene takes place there contrary to the Markovnikov rule. That means the opposite of the Markovnikov rule. This happens only with the hydrogen bromide, but not with hydrogen chloride and hydrogen iodide. Okay. See, look at this reaction. CH3. See, propene, that is propanone, react with hydrogen bromide in the presence of the benzoyl peroxide, that is a peroxide compound. What will the products mean? That is bromo propane is formed or 1 bromo propane is formed. Now you can see the mechanism. See, look at this mechanism, the benzoyl peroxide. The first, it undergoes a homolytic cleavage here. So it undergoes a homolytic cleavage to form the two, that is the radical is formed, that is 2 C6H5 COO, that is 1 radical is formed like this. Then 2 phenyl radical also formed. Okay, then this is 1, then remaining the 2 carbon dioxide gases evolved. Then step 2, look this step, that phenyl radical, this phenyl radical react with the hydrogen bromide, it undergoes the homolysis product process to form, that is C6H5 and Br. See, again look at the third step. The third step is the propene undergoes the bromide free radical to form two different type of product. One is primary free radical product, another one is secondary free radical product. See, the primary free radical products are less stable than the secondary free radical product. Why? Because look at this reason is given here. This the primary free radical. This is the secondary free radical. So it will obtain the major product when reactive with the hydrogen bromide. Form the products look like. Okay, when react with the primary free radicals to gives the minor product. So this is the reason. Okay, that is the secondary free radicals obtain the mechanism is more stable. That is the this one third step. This is the three-step mechanism. The third step, this is the more stable product. So the formations of that is the 1-bromo propane is the major product. This is the compared to 2-bromo propane. Okay, here it may be noted that the peroxide effect is not observed in addition of the hydrogen chloride and the hydrogen iodide. This may be due to the fact of the hydrogen chlorine bond being stronger than the hydrogen bromide bond. Okay, it's not cleaved by the free radical, whereas the hydrogen iodide bond is weaker than the weaker and iodine free radicals combined to form the iodine molecule instead of the adding to the double bond. Okay, next we will see addition of the sulfuric acid. See the addition of sulfuric acid here. The cold concentrated sulfuric acid adds to the alkenes, that is in accordance with the Markovnikov rule, to form the alkyl hydrogen sulfate by the electrophilic addition reaction. Look at this reaction. This is the alkyl hydrogen sulfate. So this is the ethyl hydrogen sulfate because of the ethene is reacted with the sulfuric acid. This is the structure of, I draw the structure like this. That is the sulfuric acid structure formation. That is the structural formula written here. So you can use it like this also. This is also same ethyl hydrogen sulfate. You can write like this also. So both this same compound only. Then reactive with this proponene means reactive with sulfuric acid, you will get propyl hydrogen sulfate. The number of hydrogen atoms, carbon atom is added, that chain also increases. Butyl means butyl hydrogen sulfate. For example, I given here. Then addition of water. The addition of water reaction, the presence of the few drops of the concentrated sulfuric acid, alkenes react with the water to form the in the accordance with the Markovnikov rule. See, addition of this that is the addition of water with this compound. Addition not ethene. Here the CH3 2-methyl propene. This is 2-methyl propene react with water in the presence of the concentrated sulfuric acid to form 2-methyl propan-2-ol. Then the oxidation of reaction of alkene when react with the cold dilute aqueous solution of potassium permanganate, that is the Bayer reagent, to produce the glycol, that is the vicinal glycol. So the decolorization of the potassium permanganate solution is is used for the test for the unsaturation method. That is the unsaturation compound. So that you will get the glycol and react with proponene, you will get propan 1,2 diol. Okay, then that acidic potassium permanganate, using of the acidic potassium permanganate or potassium dichromate, we will see. See, this is the reaction. The acidic potassium permanganate or the potassium dichromate oxidizes alkene to gives ketone or the acids, depending upon the nature of the alkene and the experimental condition. Under the experimental condition here, look at this. The 2-methyl propene react with the potassium permanganate in the presence of acid, that is the acidic potassium permanganate, to form propan 2-one, and the carbon dioxide is a byproduct. Then suppose if you use but2ene in the presence of the acidic potassium permanganate, you will get ethanoic acid or the acetic acid. So this is the reaction, oxidation of alkene. Then ozonolysis. Ozonolysis means the alkene involves the addition of ozone molecule to the alkene to form the ozonide. See, the cleavage of the ozonide by the zinc and water is smaller molecule. So the reaction is highly useful for detecting the position of the double bond in alkenes or other unsaturated compounds. So you will get that is first react with propene, react with ozone to form propene ozonide, then further react with zinc H2O to form acetaldehyde and the formaldehyde, that is ethanol and methanol. Then react with this 2-methyl propene. The 2-methyl propene react with ozone to give the ozonide, and the byproduct, that is the product, is propan 2-one. Okay, next is the polymerization reaction. See, polymerization reaction. So you are familiar with the polythene bags and the polythene sheets. So the polythene is obtained by the combination of the large number of the ethene molecules at high temperature, high pressure, and the presence of catalyst. So the large molecules that's obtained is called polymer. Simply, the reaction is called polymerization reaction. The simple compounds from which polymers are made called monomers. So this is the monomers. That is, the n numbers of monomers react with high temperature pressure in the presence of catalyst to give polymers. So this reaction name is called polymerization reaction. So ethene undergoes a polymerization process to form polyethene. So this is the polyethene. Then propene react with this high temperature pressure catalyst, you get polypropene. So polymers are used for the manufactures of plastic bags, bottles, refrigerator dishes, toys, pipes, radio, TV. So many uses are there that we will discuss in next year. You have a polymer lesson. That lesson we will discuss detailed one. Okay. Then next class we will see the alkynes.